Well, here we are in central New York getting a good version of the season of Sprinter. Now, Sprinter is a combination of winter ending and spring beginning. It's another chapter here on Ridge Run Garlic Farm, and you can see that nitrogen out there. We have been blessed with a lot of free nitrogen. The garlic probably didn't sign on for this, you can tell, but hey, free nitrogen is free nitrogen. And I'm sure those little garlics are saying, what the heck is this about? But they're standing tall like loyal little soldiers. Today is May 6th, a few months away. We're hoping July, middle of July, third week. And we'll know by the top of the garlic if it browns right. As soon as it browns up, we'll dig it so the bulbs stay nice, bright white and they don't get into that gray. If you leave it in the ground too long, it comes out gray and it's a lot more work to clean up nice.
Well, good morning, June 12th. Here down in the garlic patch, you can see a lot of growth in the patch has occurred. And I just get a sense of urgency as these plants approach adolescence. That's a whole new life for these plants, and you can see right here the scapes are beginning to grow. This is when the plant does everything in its power to reproduce. Similar to adolescent boys, you have to be very watchful at this point of their life and nip it in the bud, so to speak. So within the next couple days, I'll be nipping off over 3,000 scapes. Poor little fellas, but that's life down here in the garlic patch. It is a beautiful sunny day here down in Garlicville, and we are scaping. We got about 3,000 heads to cut here, and we're making progress. And come on by if you want to help. Always welcome. This garlic came to me from a little country in Europe called Switzerland, smuggled in suitcases that had false bottoms to them. And I started with all of this with six heads of garlic. 6 times about 5, 30, lo and behold, it turned into this magnificent operation here. This is our experimental bed where we try very new and exciting techniques of garlic growing. It wintered over very well, and as you can see, the tips are just starting to brown a bit. We're talking late July again, but we think maybe the bulbs will be bigger. We'll find out. Yeah, we dug a little bit yesterday, just the test digging, and the soft stem is really looking pretty good, and the hard stem is ready. So we'll be putting the fork in the ground to get all the soft stem out this week. It has been a rainy June and July. Lots of water. So we're down in the garden and we're going to be taking all the soft stem out, and I do mean soft because we had 4 inches of rain last night, but it's time to get it up and out while it's still standing, and then we'll start the hard stem. Big wet here this year, so bulbs are looking good. It'll take a while for them to dry out. Great. It kind of digs itself almost so easy with that fork under it. And you just get some of the clump off. A little bit. You have to be very gentle that you don't tear off the stalk. My gosh, that is soft. Because some of these we might want to braid, and that stock is still pretty valuable. As you can see, it's pretty good size this year. We do a little mud clump in here, get the mud off. And to make it easier drying, just strip these outer leaves up. It goes up for drying a little bit easier. And that's it, little baby boy. A baby boy. Been at it a couple hours here, and as you can see, we're over halfway on the dig, which is significant. Cleaning the dirt off, so we have less to do up top. Makes it a lot easier for the cleaners up there, because each one of these bulbs is going to have to go through a process to get it nice and white before we braid it up. This is not about dirt, this is about mud today. But it's got to come out, so I guess it's easier to dig it out of mud than concrete. Oh, the last lonely garlic bulb about to come out. It was a good year, a little mucky here, but we did it. So now it's the drying season. Today was a muddy dig, but it had to be done. And now it's cleanup time. So the ceremonial music begins, and the last bulb of 2021 comes out of the ground. Nice one for either a braid or seed.
You have to do it with this. I just peel that off, and I do that all the way around. Then I use my fingernails to dig one. Finley, just keep that one like that so you can look at it. Yeah, dig your fingernails.
We are making seed that's going to go in the ground hopefully in a month if it ever stops raining.
Ooh la la la.
And I guess that's French for making garlic seed.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la la.
The singing garlic seed makers.
The singing garlic makers. Hello, I'm Finley. Hello, I'm Rosie. Hello, I'm Archer. And we like to make garlic. Garlic. Garlic.
Here it is, the last one to clean. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good one. My hands are pretty tired. From how many weeks we've been doing this, Kathy?
8, 6.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure.
something like that. Pulled off a little bit too much, but we can put that in a braid. There it is. Here's a bucket. All the ones I did today. The end. Tell us a little bit about braid making, little brother Bill.
Well, we got the perfect day for it. It's raining cats and dogs, so under the overhang, you start with the first ball, tie it off nice and tight, then you get a nice choice. These have been sorted. Big ones here, mediums there. You start with a nice big one in the middle, surrounded by 2 nice medium head bulbs here. Bunch them up, nice and tight like that. And you start a nice coil around. Make sure they're tight. And get the bottom one nice and tight. And loop it up. Start again. Big one in the middle. Nice and big. Right there. And then 2 mediums on the side. Squeeze them tight. Around she goes. It's hard on the fingers, that's why the duct tape is on the gloves. You gotta get it real tight. And yes, you are correct. It's a big one again. Right in the middle, clean it up nice, get it pretty. Get dirt off of it. Medium. Medium. Which to a lot of people they're big anyways, but they're not as big as the lead dog, so to speak. Starting to get a little heavier. Pull, around, around, pull, loop through, and again, nice big daddy-o right there. Medium, under it, put it, another medium. And this is where you top it off. Nice pretty braid of garlic. Few extra turnabouts and roll it on its back. Oh, we got a problem. As you can see, not perfection. One slipped in on us. See that little ding right there? Right there? We don't like that. That's gonna come out of there for seed. Put this boy up in there. Back to finishing it off. That looks good. Put a quality control check in there. Okay, now we're going to put it on its bed, trim off these, still a little green as you can see, doesn't cut too well, and you have all sorts of implements out here. And I like to go about an arm's length out there, cut the string off the spool, come back in here, keep your thumb down there, loop up and around and down, try to get the same again, comes through here, and you tie it. Knot it up, make sure it doesn't come off. Then the last little bit is you do a nice little loop to hang this bad boy. Then the last little look, come back and grab any whiskers that you don't like. Make it nice and pretty. And there you are.
No story about garlic would be complete unless we talked about these gloves. These gloves were handed down to me from Grandpa Hold Your Nose, the originator of this garlic operation. And he said, use them with goodwill, Billy. And thus my name, Hold Your Nose Billy. They've probably braided over 800 braids of garlic, this pair. I've got some other ones I'm just breaking in to be able to hand down to the next generation, but these here, they're just too precious. I think they're going to go in the casket with me when it's that time. I'm not sure exactly when that time will be because I do eat quite a bit of garlic, but it's kind of sentimental. Karen won't let me in the house with them, and I certainly understand that, but I wear them a lot out here, and they've served me well.
Good morning. Welcome to Kathleen's Silly Seed Selection Service. Here we have a head of garlic, and we are preparing this for planting for garlic harvest 2022. Now what you do is you're looking for the biggest cloves of garlic to plant in the ground, which will then produce a whole head of garlic next year. So you break it apart carefully, tossing the big ones into the big bucket like this, and smaller ones, every now and then you get what's called a sliver. That goes into the sliver slot over here, and we just use that to cook with. Break it apart, big garlic, sliver, big, 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 and there you have it. My time in front of the camera, again wearing horizontal stripes. My beard show up? Hope so.
So what you're looking at here is next year's seed, garlic seed. And what we've done is collected the prime seed from this past summer's growth and put it in these drying trays here. And there's an ancient Chinese saying, and it goes like this: if you want prosperity for 1 year, grow grain. If you want prosperity for 10 years, grow trees. If you want prosperity for 100 years, grow people. Well, this here is prosperity for 1 year because we're growing customers, garlic customers, and plenty of them. Okay, well, I'm just testing this out, just getting ready for spring prom here. See how many of these we're going to need.
Okay, this is my friend Dwight Martin. He lives down in Ensenor, and a number of years now he's been bringing up manure. And a lot of people think the secret ingredient is the seed. The secret ingredient is that and clover. That's what grows good garlic.
Yeah, the manure is mixed with a lot of straw for bedding in the winter, so it makes a kind of a semi-compost with a lot of organic matter in it. And yeah, it works good for a fertilizer.
Okay, you can see Dwight's backing up for a second dose of manure. First spread was really good. It's a nice wide spreading, even. So we'll do another dose and then give it a day to dry out or so, and I'll rototill it in. It's good to let it sit 4 or 5 weeks in the ground all tilled up, and then we'll do some planting. I'm sure the streets going home will be decorated. We have just bagged up the seed off the racks for hopefully planting either tomorrow or the next day, and it's looking pretty good. We have 6 buckets, which is enough for 3 easily big beds, but we're going to do 2 real extra big ones this year. And of course, we're going to carry on the soft stem tradition, so we got a little bucket of that. So it's looking really good, and we're just waiting for weather to cooperate now. In the rafters here at the old garlic ranch, pulling the garlic planting rack out of retirement. It goes up here. You'll see this in action when we start planting. This gives us the guide for spacing as we go along. It's go time! Well, good morning, America. We're planting today, as you can see on this spread, a little wet but doable. We've got the first bed laid out, and it's a doozy. It's a big one, 15 across, 100 foot long. We'll see how the seed runs out, then we'll start our next bed over there. Hard stem, finish it off with soft stem down below. Well, we got it all done. It looks pretty good. I think we're gonna beat the rain and wish it a good winter's nap. Amen.
How many did you put in?
Close to 4,000.
3450 of the hard stem, and I don't know how much of the soft stem.
It's up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
Well, the straw is all on it, about 6 inches deep.
Took about 18 bales to put it to bed here for the winter.
I have many memories of sitting out here at the barn with my dad and my grandpa, Grandpa Joe, cleaning garlic, planting garlic too. And one of my biggest memories was making braids and going with Grandpa Joe to church and to sell them. And I would say $5 a braid, and he would say, no, $10 a braid. Or I'd say $10 a braid, and he'd say, no, $20 a braid. And then he kept upcharging everybody as we sold at like a bazaar or something. I forget exactly what the event at the church was. But I definitely have many memories of sitting and doing, like cleaning the garlic and it feeling really long as a kid, but now have a deep appreciation for that experience and being able to sit here with Dad and Grandpa Joe and hear the stories and learn from them.
Hi, I'm Natalie. My first garlic memory was lining up with my family when we were cleaning the garlic, and my parents would be cleaning it and peeling off the skin, and my sister Alexis and I getting to do the haircuts for the garlic. So we'd get the little baby clippers and do the very tail end cleaning of giving the garlic their haircut.
Prior to coming here and being here and seeing garlic from put in the ground to braid it up, I didn't really think about it too much. But I have to say, having developed an appreciation for garlic. All of its not only culinary and flavorful properties, but its antiseptic and medicinal properties. Having my eyes opened up to that world, garlic it's a godsend. Wherever it is, keep calm and clove on.